Go live. Hey family, let's go. And you know, I'm Nick.
I'm Mike. What's up?
Yeah, man, we rocking a little unity. My man, they shot me a little shout out over the weekends as the Knicks represented this weekend. But guys, you all know we're gonna be talking about the Super Bowl. We're gonna be talking about those Knicks. We're gonna talk about Tom Brady and his performance over this weekend. So you guys, you make sure you chime in, log in, subscribe, follow us. Make sure you guys are on our show today. We're gonna have a blast. We're gonna really enjoy ourselves. So just understand, I'm Nick.
I'm Mike.
And we're military brothers talking sport. Let's go. Oh, come on. Hello, family. As you guys see, me and my boy Mike, you know, we have a remote location. Welcome you guys to our show. I want to apologize for those words. I forgot the choice words that Queen dropped on that song, but hey, apologize. We human.
Unity.
Yeah, unity. But the reason why I played that song because my man Mike and his boys, the Knicks won this weekend. They was throwing me like, hey, had to believe, so they were united. So I said, let me play a little unity. Since that's what they were talking about. Him and his boy is gonna drop me a note. Hey, the Knicks took out the Blazers.
That's right.
Hey, what you got to say? Say, good win. Hats off to you guys. Hey, you guys handling your business. You handling your business. But you took one on the chin the other night, though.
Yep. Sometimes it be like that.
Yeah, it's all good. My brother, man, how was your weekend?
Man, the weekend was good, man. You know, my prediction came out. My boys got D Rose. I don't know if I can feel any better, man. You know, as you can see, I got a new scenery. I'm gonna try something new. I hope it works today and everybody can hear me. Remote location. I got something lined up at 6 sharp. My son got a basketball game. But my brother, how was your day?
My day was good, man. Actually, I'm in Fort Knox, Kentucky, here for a class I gotta take care of, man. So I'm in Kentucky all week long. So this is where I'm gonna be at for this week. As I have to go out and teach, instruct the class and whatnot. So you said D Rose? What do you mean they got D Rose?
Yes.
Bro,
Nick's got D Rose, my brother.
Hey, I guess
Tibbs. He wasn't gonna let it go that long, man. Let's get him back. Let's get him back home.
I guess we're gonna be talking about that a little bit later when we talk about your Knicks. How about that?
Yes, my brother.
All right, so let's get started. First, we're gonna talk about, man, you know, Black History Month, and the person I want to highlight, man, is no other than Malcolm X. To me, man, a powerful brother. That, you know, he actually, you know, spent time in jail. And then when he came out of jail, family, the man was on a mission. And the thing that I have so much respect about Malcolm X is what he tried to do for our community, trying to get us unite. You know, however you look at it, Malcolm X focus was around Black people taking pride in themselves. So when we can take pride in ourselves, that means we can do a lot more. So, man, I had to tip my hat off to Malcolm X and all that he accomplished and all that he has done. And even to his dying day, he still was trying to uplift communities and teaching Black people to have pride about themselves. So, like I said, I had nothing but love, and I so much respect as my parents, talked about Malcolm X and all that he accomplished, exposed a lot of things that he did for the Black community. So I definitely want to definitely highlight all of his accomplishments. So, what's your thoughts about Malcolm X, my brother?
Well, that's one of my heroes as well. And as you said, not only was he incarcerated, but he's a self-taught, self-educated brother, man. Surrounded himself with books. His previous life, wasn't the best in the world. wasn't a model citizen, and so he educated himself and conformed himself. And as you said, he definitely believed in Black pride, self-preservation, protection of our women. And he was just an outstanding brother, very strong. Henceforth, my glasses today, I'm giving it up to him. Very intellectual, and he stood strong. Was a no nonsense type of guy, and I remember him being interviewed one time, and he didn't like the questions that the guy was giving him. He simply removed his mic and walked off. Man, he wasn't the brother to be toyed with, and. Just outstanding, man. Stood up to the last moment in his beliefs. If you have not seen Malcolm X starring Denzel Washington, please do yourself a favor. Also, I would recommend reading the autobiography of Malcolm X, man. The novel does wonders, and the movie's even better.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, man. Actually, I'm going through that novel now as you speak, as it pertains to Malcolm X, man. And I tell you, it really is a great book to definitely read and learn more about the man from the inside out, his perspective on how he actually look at life. There's so much that this man has done to really try to empower really men as well as women. Just like I said, being disrespectful to women is something that he did not tolerate. He really was believing men should stand up, protect their women, make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do, and you have to have nothing but respect for the man for which he had actually been a model citizen. He did the thing that really white America that really tried to destroy his character and who he was. They used to try to nitpick and find things, but because he was so talented and before he was so educated, he would slice that up, man, and show the hypocrisy in them addressing him in a way, not from a perspective of building him up, but from a perspective of trying to tear him. They didn't look at all of his accomplishments. They just want to point out things that wasn't beneficial to our community. And it seems like we've lost Mike, but that's okay. Quite sure he'll come back in. I see because he's actually at Starbucks. So, like I said, man, I just wait for my brother to come back in. I have so much respect for Malcolm X, what that brother has accomplished. And so with the love and respect and that identity that he actually reflected, I'm telling you, have so much respect, give so much homage up to Malcolm X. I just really salute Malcolm X for what he has done. So what we're going to do, man, and then Mike eventually come back in. What we're going to do, we're going to talk about the Super Bowl. That is the first thing we're going to talk about. I know Tracy, a whole bunch of people, Yolanda, Watkins, a whole bunch of people have some things that they're going to say about that Super Bowl. That was really a disgrace. To be honest, that Super Bowl yesterday, man, I really was like, what in the world was going on? Like, and I should have used my head instead of my heart. And I picked the Kansas City Chiefs to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the reason why I say that is because of the fact Kansas City had a lot of injuries on the offensive line. And the one thing, Patrick Mahomes was not 100%. The other thing is, Tampa Bay had a defense. They were number one against the run. And I know I thought back about the first time that they played them. Pretty much Kansas City ran roughshod over them. But toward the end of the game, Tampa Bay found something that allowed them to be able to I was able to get back into the game. There go my brother. There go my brother. We lost you for a second, but welcome back. Welcome back.
We're these man. So I'm back in effect. Hope everybody can hear me and everything going well.
Yeah, we can hear you, my brother. I was just talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Just started talking about them. There's a Super Bowl. So just want to know your thoughts on the game, brother.
Well, I want all the KC talk to stop. Let's get that out the way. I told people Tom Terrific was not coming to play. He came to slay. And what I want everybody to know is this, as someone said, the Super Bowl was not Tom Brady against Mahomes. It involved defenses, offenses, coaches. So it just wasn't those two. But when you got a Gronkowski getting it in, I don't know why you don't cover that, brother. Leonard Fournette running like he wants it. Antonio Twerk-a-Lot Brown finally got up in there. And the defense was incredible. Let's give it up to the Tampa Bay defense. You can say rigged if you want to. I really don't feel that because y'all had several chances to do some things. You couldn't get your throwing game in there. And Ndamukong Suh hit Mahomes so hard, I didn't think he was going to get up. And right before that, he got crunched by 3 different players. Neck was this way, body was over there, helmet back there. And he still was able to move out and avoid a couple of them hits, but that defense wouldn't let up. The game could have been a little bit more exciting. I think that once Tampa Bay's defense clamped down on KC, they just couldn't recover. They just wasn't ready for that, man. It was something they hadn't seen. It was unbelievable. 9 points. Wow.
Man, and in watching that game, as I was saying before you got on, man, I thought that it was I used my heart versus my head in picking the Kansas City Chiefs over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I was talking about, the injuries and stuff like that. But as I was watching the game, it seemed like Kansas City, the offensive coordinator, Eric Bieniemy, I was disappointed in how he actually called the game. It's like they were not even trying to establish the running game. Right. It's like he was dropping back, throw the ball, dropping back, scrambling. So it's like they put so much pressure on Patrick Mahomes to be successful that really, yeah, it's like you're putting too much pressure on him. There are other things that you could do. Dude, Le'Veon Bell didn't even get on the field.
Wow, I was shocked about that one.
Le'Veon Bell didn't even get on the field. I saw a glimpse of him in the background and whatnot. I'm like, wow, they didn't even play Le'Veon Bell. And my thing is that they didn't even try to establish any type of run game. So I was like, I really was surprised at the call. I understand Andy Reid. There was an accident, maybe mentally, shook him up a little bit. But my thing, I put it on Eric Bieniemy. We want to give them credit when they're doing well. We have to call them out when they're not. So my thing is that he did not call a good offensive play calling when it came to that game on yesterday. I was very disappointed in how Kansas City performed on yesterday. And I must admit, the referees, man, that second quarter, there was a lot of flags, man. I'm like, really?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. A lot of bailouts.
Oh my God. The one with Mike Evans.
There was some home cooking. If you're a real baller, admit it. Home cooking was in there.
Yes. The one, and like I said, the one I will point out with doing Mike Evans, he get behind Breland. That should have never happened. And Breland, it like he barely touched, and Mike Evans just fell to the ground. So that was a flag. Right. And he threw the flag. I'm like,
that was a horrible call.
It was a terrible call.
He had no way of getting the ball, even if he wasn't touched.
Yes.
He actually pre-flopped. He pre-flopped.
Yeah.
He flopped about 3 yards early.
Hey, and then the call on Tyrann Mathieu. Well, you got a 5 yards. You got a 5 yard where you can bump the guy, and you threw a pass interference, dude.
Right.
I was so disappointed.
That was another bailout, and we know it. We got to call it like it is, as you said. And one thing I noticed, there was some hesitation. Mahomes hesitated a tad. Give Hill the ball when he's open. Don't second guess. But they was even on Hill. He wasn't able to put on his show like he usually puts on.
Man, even Kelsey, man, it seemed like their heart and their mind, it just looked like they were not in this game as far as it's like that preparation, mental state just was not there. Yeah. Even with Kelsey, it just seemed you can look at his face, he just seemed distraught. It just seemed like he just wasn't in it. It's like the whole time, it's like, okay, are you guys trying to win the Super Bowl? Are you just trying to get to, I mean, Kansas City, I'm very disappointed in their performance in that Super Bowl game.
Very, very. I think those guys got deflated, man. Once I saw the field goal and they was only able to get 3 points, and then there was a struggle after that. Now, besides the home cooking, that score really could have went up. It could have easily been 42-9 had Tampa Bay keyed on some things that they should have.
Yeah.
That thing could have really got out of hand, but I think they were morally and emotionally deflated, and they just couldn't get back to the old KC.
Which I was surprised, man. Like I said, Tampa Bay, I was surprised just at the margin of victory. I was so surprised that they beat these boys 31-9. I would have never thought, I would never thought Kansas City would have gotten that bad, and not based on their defense, because I felt like the offense would have done a great. Hey, Cole, I'm with you, man. Bowles said, "Hey, we're gonna get in that in just a second, man. But I give you credit, Leftwich and Bowles, those guys just proved some things on yesterday. Like, hey, y'all keep looking past as far as these head coaching positions and job. And I said, Todd Bowles should have never been fired by the New York Jets. They should have never fired him. You can see because you replaced him while someone, and the Jets instead of gotten better, they got worse. Todd Bowles is a disciplinarian. The defense was decent, man. He just needs some more pieces. The Jets made a terrible mistake by getting rid of Todd Bowles. That was a terrible mistake. And he went there, man, and look, he revamped that whole entire defense, got that defense playing. Dominican Sue finally got his Super Bowl, went there with the Rams, and so he finally got one. I believe eventually Dominican Sue's going to make the Hall of Fame. I mean, he's a great defensive tackle.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that's something definitely have to get tipped my hat to. And also, man, I didn't highlight it, but did you see the Hall of Fame listing of individuals? We can talk about that a little bit later. I want you to think about those names, man.
I did. Kudos to Drew Pearson finally getting up in there.
Yes.
Long time coming. Even though y'all know that I really don't like them boys. But he deserves to be up in there. He deserves to be there. I saw the list. Hey, it is what it is.
Hey, you seen two players, man. Do you know what franchise two of those players played with, man?
Here we go. Here we go. Congrats, man. Congrats. Well deserved.
Hey, baby. I'm just saying. Hey, we represent, man. And then, like I said, back to the game. It was definitely impressive as far as the game plan those boys put together to be able to beat Kansas City. And like I said, my concern was with Kansas City having both their tackles out. And actually, I didn't realize Kansas City had 4 offensive linemen that actually, were out. You're right. Megatron also made it too on the first ballot. And I
Calvin
know
Johnson, man. Congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats to Calvin Johnson, man.
But I know T.O. is hot behind that. That Megatron made on his first one. He made it like on his third try.
My whole thing, listen, let me touch base on that for a second. I've never seen so many Hall of Famers hate on other Hall of Famers. Just be happy and glad you got in. You have nothing to say the way someone comes in, whether it's first ballot, you struggled, whatever it is, man. I don't like that. A la Warren Sapp talking about Michael Strahan. Sir, just be lucky you in there. That's all. You have no say-so. No qualms, no dog in a fight. Be blessed and be glad.
Be happy that you had an opportunity to make it in the hall, man. But anyway, man. But other thing I noticed, man, after the first quarter when Tampa Bay was up, man, 21-9, and they went to halftime, and I said, okay, they can get a touchdown coming out of halftime, then possibly they can get back in this game. Actually, 21-6. It went down. They could not afford to get a field goal. They had to get a touchdown. Got a field goal. Yes. And what did Tampa Bay do? Tampa Bay got on Leonard Fournette back and like, we're going to ride this horse. And he was running that ball on those boys. It was an impressive show by them.
Yeah.
So the offense and the defense showed up. You just got to give it to them, man. I don't see how you can deny Tampa Bay's defense because KC was capable of putting up big numbers, man. You know, Mahomes was letting that thing go, man. They just got deflated, and that defense, you got to give it. They swarmed him, man. They was attacking him left and right, man.
But the way the defense actually played, Patrick Mahomes in a way to where they were going to allow you to catch the ball in front of them, but they were not going to allow Hill to get behind them. That's what they played them the whole entire game. Sammy Watkins only had, I think, one reception the whole entire game. So it's like, okay, all the key players, they did what they but I know one thing, Patrick Mahomes, being able to compete with Tom Brady as far as the GOAT conversation, that just got deflated. I don't think we ever in our lifetime going to see another player with 7 Super Bowl rings. I think that's
and not taking his team there the first year he's there and winning.
That's impressive.
Just props due, man. I'm not a New England or a Tampa Bay fan.
Me neither, but you have to give him that respect, man. First year, you got the job done, so it's all good. All right. On our next topic, man. Do you believe that Tom Brady deserved the MVP for the Super Bowl last night?
Ah, boy. You know, there's no secret that they wasn't going to give it to him. He was going to get it. But to answer your question, I'm going to say no. I don't think he truly deserved it, but because he was the quarterback and he made some, he handed it off. He threw it well. He's old school. He's 43. I think that they probably would have not heard the end of it had they not gave it to him. But in my eye, I felt Gronkowski deserved it.
To me, man, the defense deserved that Super Bowl.
Oh, man. Definitely.
That was the MVP of the Super Bowl. The most valuable was to me, they need to come out with an offensive MVP and a defensive MVP. To me, that defense was the most valuable player to win that Super Bowl. Because just think about it, man. These jokers shut Kansas City Chiefs down. That's the first time they didn't score a touchdown since 2017.
Wow. Ronnie Cole says that, yes, Devin, he deserved it, but Devin White should have been mentioned.
I feel you. And that's my thing. That defense, man, straight up shut them down. He made an adjustment. If you would just think about this, even our prediction, we were looking at scores, nobody predicted Tampa Bay to beat them by such a large margin. And to me, man, that's the issue that I have. And I'm not knocking Tom Brady, man, for what he accomplished, man. But if you're going to be an honest evaluator of giving someone the most valuable, and I understand what Tom Brady has accomplished, but when he's talking about, most valuable player and stuff like that, just think about it. When you got an MVP award on your shelf, that gets you paid. And I can go back when Dallas Cowboys beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in the Super Bowl, and that safety got those 2 interceptions on Neil O'Donnell. They got that brother paid. He got this big contract and come the following year. I think it's Tampa Bay, signed him. Somebody signed him to a big contract, but they already said, dude, he's overrated. but because he won the MVP in the Super Bowl, got that brother paid. So to me,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
defense, and to me, I believe next year, Todd Bowles is going to be offered another head coaching job because of what they realized that the defense is what won the game. I believe you're going to see Todd Bowles, Byron Leftwich, and I would not be surprised if Eric Bieniemy get a job offer from organization just from what those brothers accomplished, and because that's really what's the talk of the town. But to me, man, the MVP was definitely Todd Bowles in that defense.
Right. And on that note, hopefully Tom Brady will take those guys to the Rolex store and go ahead and buy them all Rollies, costing about 30, 40K a piece, saying thank you, fellas. Thank you, fellas. Thank you, fellas.
But hey, but even you see Antonio Brown even got him a touchdown reception in the Super Bowl, man. So hey, I can't even knock them, brother, man. But
hey, you know what? He went through a lot in the last 2 years, and what he should do is play Mo D's "How You Like Me Now." You know what? Because you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, and I know I got a lot of flack for this. I'm not gonna say I totally wrote Antonio Brown off, but I was just tired of his antics, man. I'm saying to myself, how many good teams can this dude be on and get chance after chance after chance, and he continues to do, you know, the tomfoolery, the buffoonery. So I said to myself, you know what? Maybe he needs a little time off. But once again, when you talk about a smart man, if he'll take a pay cut, he knows who will get it done. Listen, I said it before. Tell AB to come on over to the crib. I got some lattes and some hammock. He can play video games all day. I want him comfortable and get him out there on that field and work this thing out. Next thing you know, Super Bowl ring.
Hey, like I said, man, the D got it done, and Cole made a point, man. Devin White, if you had to identify one player on defense, White, because what he did to Kelsey in that first half, and even how he controlled and maintained, he had Kelsey frustrated. He had that brother frustrated.
Definitely that.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that Ron Cole helped AB grow up a little bit. Help him grow up, man.
And this is the thing, man. I don't see what the world AB could have, like, dude, you realize that you messing with your darn money? And you mean to tell me you don't think that you can be replaced? Before AB started doing this craziness, he was viewed as the best wide receiver in the National Football League. I mean, you can make an argument he was number one. And my thing is that
talent.
And I'm saying 29, if he could have stayed quiet for 4 days, that was over the weekend, the brother was guaranteed $29 million. And like I said, Mike, you mean to tell me, if I tell you, Mike, I need for you to be quiet for the whole entire weekend, don't say nothing, do nothing, and on Monday morning you get paid $29 million, you know me tell you couldn't do it?
Man, drop me off at the nearest monastery so I can pick out my monk outfit. You ain't got to worry about me.
And that's my point, man. That's the thing that really blows my mind as it pertains to Antonio Brown. See, like, dude, how in the world can you not realize the importance, the significance of you doing what you're supposed to do to be successful in the National Football League? It's not like you are a rookie. You've been in the league for X amount of years. There's no excuse for you.
High skill set that people will pay for.
Yes. I mean, yeah, you put in the work to be viewed as one of the, top wide receivers in the league, and then you throw away. But my thing is that it's going to be interesting to see what happens next year if someone offer him like a two-year contract, because it seems like he still has the skill set to get the job done.
Yeah.
He still had the hands. I wonder who will offer him maybe a 2-year deal. Because I already know my Steelers, I don't think Pittsburgh is going to offer him a deal. Juju Smith-Schuster out of him. But
I think he's good where he is, man, because they were receptive and he was receptive. It's nothing like finding, your niche, a place, man, a home. And I think that's what happened, regardless of whether, they helped him out to grow up or it was a maturity thing. And now I'm going to ask you a question. Okay, so 29 million was at stake. He has a Super Bowl ring, Super Bowl team that can go down in history. Does it offset his shenanigans?
No.
And the money? Okay, you're saying no.
No. And the thing about it is, because of what he did in the past, it's going to prevent him from getting paid like he want to get paid. That's something that would never, that's something that would never go away. That was something that's on his record for him. When they look at thinking about one, they look at his age. And another thing they look at, like, okay, we've seen what you did in the past. So with understanding what you did in the past, looking at your age, I'd rather get a younger player that I can develop to produce that I don't have to pay as much as you're going to ask to be paid. Even if Antonio Brown asks for $7-8 million a year, they're probably going to pay a younger player who's just as talented as him. They can probably pay him maybe like $3 or $4 million.
He's going to have to let his agent do the talking. But
yeah, just think about it.
I'll say is this. I want to add that in there. You said that it might prevent him from other vendors getting paid. I'll throw this in there. It might prevent him from going to a certain special place when this whole thing is over.
Ooh.
People hold things against people. A little place in Canton that people like to get recognized. And that's why so many others who showed out and set it off are either waiting or had to wait an extremely long time when they really should have been in there on their first year of eligibility.
A la T.O.?
Sometimes, and then T.O., thought he was hurting somebody by not going out there to the ceremony. I didn't see it. My thing is this. People hold you to the fire. It was just once upon a time ago that the great Randy Moss had to rehash his image. Now, he could do whatever he want with his hair. That's me. But they said, brother, you need to put on a suit. Preferably not one of them loud Michael Irvin, lime green, strawberry, vanilla suits. Don you some nice gray, some dress blues, and do some announcements. Be a sport analyst. Work your way back into people's good graces, and we'll see what we can do.
That's true. Hey, it's gonna be interesting. All right, we got one last topic. We can do. What were you impressed with the most about the Super Bowl? What was your what's your thoughts on the Super Bowl performance and all of that stuff? What was your thoughts?
Hold on. Did you say the halftime Super Bowl performance? Did I hear that?
Hey, halftime, all the stuff. I had something specific that really stood out to me.
Okay. I'm not going to go too hard on the weekend, but I'm just glad the weekend is over. And I don't usually say that about my weekends. I heard he spent $7 million of his own money. Brother, you don't have to hog the show like that. If you got to pay for it, my goodness. And as I said, stop trying to work your body like your MJ. There'll never be another. Give Frankenberry back his shoes. Call Bruno Mars. Try to get a little bit livelier in your performance. And maybe we'll talk. But on to the game. I was very impressed how Tampa Bay was able to hold Kansas City to just a field goal and then hold them to 9 points. That's very impressive, man. For an entire game, that you got to give it to them. You said it before, man. That entire defense needs to get MVP. They all need to get Rolexes to say MVP on them, man. It was incredible. Just downright incredible, man. They couldn't have did it without them.
And brother, I'm the thing that really impressed me the most about the Super Bowl.
What you got?
Amanda Gorman.
Oh, okay.
That sister and that poem.
Yes.
That's what impressed me the most. Yeah. They just say, okay, we need you to talk about the captain. Man, that sister broke that thing down, brother. Yeah. How and the way that sister talked, it's like she pulls you in, man, and just play with your heart. Not play with your heart, just really touch your heart and your emotions. Man, Amanda Gorman, man, I love to hear that sister do poetry. I love poetry, period. Why I gave you a shout out earlier about you picking the win, brother. Picking the win. Okay, I gave you a shout.
Watkins, yes, you did call it. I think we're on board. But Nick, back to what you said, just when you thought that she did very well on the inauguration, here she is again with another splendid performance. Super Bowl, 22 years old, Harvard grad, very highly intelligent young lady. I think I might need to tell my son to go ahead and get that phone number right quick. I'm plugging him in. I'm putting his bid in.
I don't know if you heard, man. I think she just signed with a modeling agency. Something like that.
Listen, man, beautiful. The world is hers.
Beautiful, sir.
Young, doing it big. Definitely gorgeous young lady. Model material. Probably could be a spokesperson for the product as well.
Hey, I know if she does a video just on the video recorded on just poetry that she does, I'll buy it. Just to hear that sister, man, how she structured things to just bring it to life. That's the beauty about poetry. It brings things to life. And that's what that sister did. And that's the thing that personal. Now, what impresses me the least was that halftime show.
Okay. Dude. I've spoke on that. Go ahead and get it in.
Dude, I was like, really? And to me, man, Mike, when I look at the halftime show, I was telling my wife, I said, you know what? I think they need, when it comes to halftime show, you need people who have some season behind them, like a couple of albums behind them, versus 1 and 2. No, like for instance, when Prince performed, that's a veteran, that's an icon. Michael Jackson, icon. When even Beyonce performance, these are icons. Yes. These are people who are known. Even my thing is that I believe that if you would have probably gotten Jill Scott to perform, you would have got like Erykah Badu. I believe these individuals.
I don't know if America's ready for Baduism. I don't know if they're ready for that.
Hey, I believe that sister will put on a show. And my thing is that just think about it, now more people rap is beginning to get more, acceptable. You know how many rap performers there are? Hey, Outkast. You know the song Outkast is drop people. I like the way you move.
Yeah. No, that would have been a step in another direction, man, that the people need to see, man. I'm not knocking The Weeknd altogether, but I could have sworn we just seen him perform at the Grammys with his head wrapped up in almost the same outfit and explosion. So now they give him the Super Bowl. I thought it was a little too much, man. I mean, if you have to spend $7 million, you got to spend $7 million of your own money. That's a first.
That's embarrassing. That's why. And supposedly, isn't Jay-Z the one that's a part of that selecting the performers at the Super Bowl? Supposedly.
I don't know if he is or not, but sometimes you can have too much of an artist. And as you said, when they really haven't done enough, and I'm not knocking his songs, but boy, if he didn't reach and bring out all his old stuff, he could have at least released 1 or 2 new hits, something. Give us something.
Hey, but I tell you what, her, she did a thing, brother, and that sister played that guitar. Ooh, man, she reminded me of Prince back in the day, how she was playing that guitar, man. How she was making that guitar talk. Man, look here. That sister did a great. Even I like the duet Star Spangled Banner was good, man. Yeah. It's just that halftime show, man, Walker, hey, I feel you, brother. Hey, her did a thing, man. Hey, and she reminded me how she started. She reminded me of Marvin Gaye from back in the day when he sang at the farm. Hey, that's a classic.
You know what? I went to Twitter at halftime, and I don't know how many delusionals are on Twitter. I don't even know if I should repeat this or not. But someone said that they hadn't seen nothing that exciting since Michael Jackson and Bruno Mars.
Man, shut your mouth, man.
I'm telling you, it was on Twitter, man. Go to halftime show on Twitter if you feel like it. Anybody, and just look.
I know why. Half of those people.
It was unbelievable. Like, how dare you?
Half of those people.
How dare you, MJ?
Because, hey, man, they just don't have no taste.
Where was the choreography for one thing? I didn't get that.
I'm not even hearing that nonsense, man. But anyway, man, there was some good, but I swear that halftime show was a straight joke. They could have said the commercials was pretty good, man. I was laughing at a couple of commercials was pretty good too. A couple of them.
The commercials were so.
Okay, I got you. All right, Mike. I know you've been waiting on this.
Yes.
I know you've been waiting on this.
Yes. Hold on,
your New York Knicks.
I'm gonna stand up for this. Hold on, let me make sure my lighting is correctly. Okay. Get out of the way of these cars. First of all, a lot of traffic flow out here. I want to give my boys full props, especially for the 2 wins that I believed in. Tracy Chamley, a couple of other of us diehard Knicks fans, and I saw the game. Saw both of them. Saw the game last night. And I'm not going to go hard on the Horn, but they do deserve props, and you know this. It was a hard-fought win. Melo only needed about 14 points to pass Oscar Robertson, and he didn't get that. He only got 2 points. Damian Lillard, yes, he was hurt. I saw the limp, but his jump shot was still incredible. They fought hard, man, but the Knicks prevailed, man. I love the way they just toughed it out, man. It was touch and go for a minute. They was up, let Trailblazers come back a little bit. Then the Knicks said, you know what? Let's go ahead and turn up, man. Put the clamps down on them. Clink, clink.
I must give props to your Knicks. You handling your business. You beat the Bulls the first night. Then you came back. I'm telling you, I did not think y'all were going to beat the Portland Trailblazers.
It's a belief, man. It's a belief. It's a lifestyle.
But to be honest, man, about the Portland Trailblazers, man, I had to come to realization, man. Without Nurkic and without Collins at your center and power forward position, man, they're really, really hurting right now. They have some players that are out that's really going to be interesting. And watch one. We know the Knicks not coming out the East. Why? We know that's not the case.
You know what's not going to happen, man. What Nick is not going to do. Don't give props and then this, man. Don't go hand in hand. Don't go down like that.
Watkins asked the question. He wouldn't know who. Look, I showed that. Look, he said, "Who is coming out the East, man?" And I just said, we know it's not going to be the Knicks.
Listen, man. I got a lot of strong belief, and I'm gonna just hold on to it. But I got you. I'm gonna move locations. Someone has decided to come near me with their workload. I don't even understand it, but that's how life is. So I'm relocating. I think this is a nice scenery. Yes, I got you.
Then your boy Tracy Chandler gonna say, "Put some respect on."
That's right. Put some respect on that thing. Put some respect on that thing.
Hold on. It's disrespectful if you think the Knicks are going to come out the East is the first thing. Hold
on, my brother. We simply are giving them props for these 2 wins, and then now you going for the jugular, man. You hitting below the belt, man.
No. I'm saying Watkins asked the question: who is coming out the East?
Okay.
And that's all I'm addressing the question, saying it won't be the Knicks.
See, now. Give us a minute to breathe, man. Let us take in these 2 victories, man. Let us rejoice. Let us exalt this win.
Okay.
Exalting.
Okay.
I'm going with Boston.
Mike.
Listen, hold tight. All my predictions been right so far. My Super Bowl, my Knicks. I'm telling you what I see, man, what I feel. Now, I will say this. If Jimmy Butler cannot come back in full stride, full strength, and be productive, don't even worry about the Heat.
Mike.
Okay. All right.
I really cannot believe.
See, you didn't believe before in what happened. Hey, all right, but I ain't gonna keep bringing that up.
Man, listen, man. Hey, why y'all keep hating on the Philadelphia 76ers? You know, I'm a Hornets fan. Why? Hold on. No,
I'm gonna tell you why. Hold tight.
I want to hear why.
I just told you. Why? I just told you. They cannot seem to get past Boston. They just can't seem to get by them. Bruh. Can't seem to get by Boston, my brother. All they got to do is prove me wrong. Show me. Let's see it. Show me the money.
I'm gonna say one thing, and you're gonna agree with this. You know what Philadelphia have now that they haven't had in the past?
A coach.
Thank you.
Here we go. I'm only giving Doc Rivers so much props because let's not remember it was Doc Rivers who left the Clippers and had all them weapons and couldn't get it done.
But my thing
he's gotten it done before with Boston. So hey,
my thing is dealing with that Clippers situation, and you know this, man. Clippers' heart, man, looked like they were when they went to that ball. That's why I said that championship last year, man, is an asterisk. I mean, it makes a big.
Don't take nothing away from the Nuggets, man. Jamal Murray and company went straight up in there, and playoff P wasn't playoff P.
Yeah, they had to step up. Only thing I'm just saying is that that was not the same team that actually was competing for one of the best records in the West before they went in the bubble. That's all I'm saying. That was.
But you know what?
The same team.
We could easily say that about Kansas City. That ain't the same team that went to the Super Bowl. That was handling business all season.
They were hurt, man. But they had a lot of injuries. It was the same team, but it wasn't. They looked like they were disinterested in winning the Super Bowl. But hey, but them boys just handling the business. They did what they were supposed to do. So that's all I'm saying, man. But you cannot look past Philadelphia. And like I said, I'm not a Sixers fan, man. But I'm just very impressed at the very beginning of the season, what I am seeing out of Philadelphia versus what we have been seeing in the past. Now, you know, in the past,
they're going high. I'm not looking past them, man. But they've yet to get by Boston. What's the problem?
We're gonna say, to me, I believe coaching has really been a major issue. I thought Milwaukee would have been, but now, man, Milwaukee, man, is since he got that money, since Giannis got that money, it seemed.
You saying his pockets are too swollen for him to continue? Wow.
It seemed like he got that money. It's not.
I'm gonna say this. Let me throw something. I'd like to hear from the diehard Sixer fans. I know one in particular. I'm about to tag. I need to hear this. I'm not. I see Embiid. He's balling better than he's ever balled before. He's averaging about 25. He's in MVP contention. Hurt me to say that. I want to know what's the problem. Why y'all can't get past Marcus Smart? Jalen.
We talk about they might go too far away. You got to get this connection before we can make balls. You want to call out Philadelphia. You got to realize, man, Philadelphia is doing what they're supposed to do. As pertains to the new coach, which is not Rivers. I mean, it's a world of difference, man. I think that makes a world of difference. I want someone chiming in, coming in, and I want to hear what Mike has to say about his Knicks and them. He's so excited about, and so excited over And I'm talking about the Knicks picked up somebody. And so now, can't tell him anything now. Said that he think that's going to get them over the hump. But hey, we go ahead. Well, I want to see what Tracy had to say. Tracy Taylor, we think he said, yeah, y'all picked up somebody. You think that's going to get you over the hump? But watch, I believe that the 76ers going to come out of that East, man. Because now, Ben Simmons, they're not on Ben Simmons saying, hey, you have to shoot threes, you have to do this. No. Listen, Ben Simmons, play your game. We have enough shooters. That's why they picked up Green. That's why they picked up Curry to give him the outside shooting that they need. Just think about it. Philadelphia, when they got rid of J.J. Redick, they got rid of Jimmy Butler. There was no shooter that they had. So they could expand and extend the defense. That really hurt them. They got rid of those players, man. Philadelphia was not the same team last year. They realized picking up the big man was with Boston. Now they traded him. They really got rid of some pieces that really hurt them more than So when they realized that, they did what they're supposed to do in order to make sure they put themselves in a better position. So I'm thinking, man, Philadelphia is in prime position because the one thing about putting Ben Simmons, understand, Ben Simmons at the point guard. They put Ben Simmons at the power forward. So now Ben Simmons can get the ball off the rebound and rush the ball up the court, outrunning all your power forwards down the court. He put a lot of pressure on the defense. And guess what? He still get everybody else involved. So if you look past Philadelphia, if you want to, Philadelphia 76ers, I believe, is the team you definitely have to keep your eye on. Because if you look at the 76ers, I'm going to let you know right now, it is going to be an ugly situation. I don't think you're going to like the results of it. 76ers is going to definitely be the team that you definitely have to keep your eye on. Definitely have to make sure you Yeah, my brother. You know you couldn't do all that moving around, man. Moving around.
Well, you know what? The laptop went down, and I was on 15% of my cell, and I was trying to squeeze that last little bit of percentage out. And so I'm back on the finale. Little technical difficulties, but we're gonna persevere.
For sure, man. So, but yeah. So stop hating on, because the one thing that I told you this last week, the thing that Doc Rivers have done, I think has made put Philadelphia in a different class. You remove Ben Simmons from the point guard position, and you put him at power forward.
Should have had that from the get-go. Should have been like that from the get-go.
Correct.
So, quick question, Nick.
But think about
quick question: Can Thibodeau do the same thing for the Knicks that Doc Rivers is doing for Philly?
No.
You said that kind of quick, man. I mean, you didn't even breathe in between that. I don't like how that went down just now, man.
Well, hey, it's not about Thibodeau coaching. I just believe the talent level that Philadelphia have on his team is much different than what the Knicks have on their team. Now, Thibodeau was in Philly, then I believe he would have recognized that too. But it was a smart move putting Ben Simmons at that power forward position.
Definitely.
Because as I said, because what that does, that allows Ben Simmons to get the ball off the rebound, and everybody can run the court still.
He's 6'10"?
6'10".
Yeah, he should have never been bringing the ball up. I don't even know who allowed that, man.
See what I'm saying? They had him playing point. No. Now you got Curry on it now. And just think about when Philadelphia was a much better team is when they had shooters surrounding Ben Simmons as well as Embiid. Now you got those shooters. You got Curry. You got Green from the Lakers. That's what I was saying, man. This is not the same Philadelphia team. And you have a better coach who recognizes Ben Simmons need to be at the power forward position. That's all I'm saying.
True. No dispute there. None at all. I don't believe. Go ahead.
No, what you were saying about those Knicks about trading for somebody, man. The Knicks picked up somebody.
Yes. Derrick Rose, aka D Rose, former MVP. Y'all know who he be. Act like you know. I don't want to hear no injury jokes. I don't want to hear he's old, he's washed up. Don't want to hear none of that. He was getting busy with the Timberwolves, Pistons, everywhere he go, he was getting busy. He was in New York once, had a little dilemma, needed some personal time. He's out, he's back. Him and Tibbs got history. Let's go.
What did they give up, man? You don't know yet?
Listen, it was a couple of picks, man. And I'll say this: they didn't give up everything. So I'll just say this: I hope that D Rose can be used in a good way as far as bait to get some ballers who want to go down with him and try to get some things accomplished, man.
Oh my goodness!
I know D Rose is not coming over to the Knicks just to lay down, get a check, say thank you for the good times. Let's go ahead and shut it down here. I don't believe it. He's made out of more than that. And I'm a believer, man. Let's get some pieces over there. We got our point. We got our point.
So he's your starting point guard now.
Well, between Peyton and Quickly, you got to pay homage to the legendary D Rose, man. I can't see him coming off the bench for either one of them dudes, and he got a better handle than those guys. Distributes the ball. I mean, we're talking D Rose, man. It's D Rose.
So my thing would be that one, they have to learn how to play together first. Now you're talking about, I know currently they're in the playoff. Let's see my man Cedric. Throw out Milwaukee, Boston, Philly, the Knicks. Cedric, the thing about the Nets.
He's a Nets fan. He Brooklyn. He was a Knicks, but he jumped ship.
It's a legitimate question, but I'm just mostly looking at the chemistry. I think the Nets are going to be interesting by the end of the year than what they're currently looking. They're still learning to play together, so I'm not saying it's not possible, but how they're looking past Philly, that's my thing. Come out of the East right now, Philly look the best. Now, you talking to me 2 months from now, it might be the Nets. 2 months ago, there's going to be a whole bunch of, like dominoes, whole bunch of, bones going to be moving around. So I feel you, man. I feel you. I'm not looking past them, but right now I think Philly looks, because Ben Simmons and Embiid and those guys have developed a chemistry better than what the Nets have developed. But 2 months from now, might be a different story. Yeah. Yeah, I feel you there. Yeah. hey, I feel you there. But the one thing about the Nets have to learn to play defense. The Achilles heels on that defensive end, man. If they can solve that problem as far as on the defensive end, the Nets going to be definitely a team that look. And to me, man, I believe DeAndre Jordan had to step his game up on the defensive end to really help the Nets out. He's been disappointing to me on the defensive end versus, guarding a big man and stuff like that. To me, man, DeAndre Jordan has definitely taken a step back on the defensive end. So that's my thoughts, but it would not surprise me if the Nets come out. That's all I'm saying. Well, all right, Mike, man. Hey, we reached the end of the show, my brother. You have any important thoughts?
Yes, I do. I want to give homage and pay respects to the late Diane Durham. She's the 1983 gymnast, the first Black female to win gold. She passed the other day at age 52.
Wow.
And if you don't know who Diane Durham is, go ahead on over to YouTube and pull up her highlights, man. So rest in peace, Diane Durham, and take care. And we're going to miss you.
Definitely. Well, family, appreciate you guys supporting us, man. Made it through another show, man. Like I said, and I forgot to recognize the person. I'll make sure I pull up tomorrow. I'll drop who had the best the call on the Super Bowl. Do apologize. Gotta find my paper once I find it. But tomorrow, identify, and we'll send you something. We'll send you something for making that choice. So, family, I'm Nick.
I'm Mike.
And we're Military Brothers Talking Sports. Peace.